friends, it's Lori with Main Street Gardener, and welcome to my garden. I'm in Zone 7 outside the DC metro area. And today, I love when Jenny from Creekside says there's grace in gardening, because there is. Today, I was back up in this tiered garden space, and what we're doing is this bottom layer. This is a tiered garden bed. Our patio's up here. This area here is pretty flat and does great. This slope does not. It really needs another tier, but that's quite an expense. And so I'm trying to kind of muscle through and make it work. Now for 5 years, this was a beautiful garden space. I'll try to find a picture to put up. However, over time, the soil erodes, the water runs through here. We have great drainage, and the soil has kind of eroded and the plants have started to struggle. So late fall and late winter, I started coming in and pulling some plants out. There were plants, mainly heucheras and heucherellas, that just were not doing well. Now I do have a juga in here that comes back every year. I planted some more juga, and I think it will do great. But as things started to come up this spring, I thought, I really need to take these plants up and use them back in my new shade garden. So I have a plan for this space. I'm actually just waiting for some plants to arrive. But in the meantime, my son is going to help me clean out the leaf litter again. We constantly have to clean that up. I'm going to try to get some stacked, those kind of home pavers that you can use to edge it, just to kind of prevent the mess a little bit and to prevent some of the soil from escaping. We'll see if that helps. And then a kind viewer, one of you, reached out and told me to try, I think it's pronounced Psychocandria. It's a lush ground cover. It spreads, it's semi-evergreen, and once it takes over, you never have to do anything in this space. So I'm really hoping that works. I ordered a flat of, I think, 30 plugs to start with, and I'm gonna plant them kind of up high. Hopefully they'll trail, and I can always order a second flat. I'm not sure 30 is gonna do it. I did leave the ajuga because it does do okay in here. I'm gonna get my son to add some soil around the ajuga, and then we are gonna go ahead and mulch this space. I wanna mulch it because, again, the soil just keeps washing away, and it is our rainy season in the spring. So today I just wanted to get those done. I also am starting to fertilize. It is very humid here today. We are gonna get a load of rain, so it's the perfect time to fertilize the roses, some perennials, and hydrangeas. So I'm just going around with my wagon as I work. But what I wanna do is go up to the shade garden. I wanna get these plants in the ground, and I have a couple other plants that I bought in North Carolina I wanna show you. We'll get all those planted and we'll fertilize up in the shade garden. So, enough of this work. This is a depressing spot, but it will be beautiful again soon, I'm sure of it. I also was checking on my lavender. It's starting to come out, but boy, it really got nipped by the cold. Lamb's ear is looking great. Hydrangeas are coming out and looking beautiful, and these two roses I think are gonna be magnificent this year. I'm really excited to see how they continue to grow and thrive. I'm gonna keep this ilex in this container. We do need to put a large piece of stone under it because it keeps sinking, but I fertilized it, kind of cut back some winter burn, and I can just plant some pretty annuals around it. So overall, happy with this little space, but we've got one garden area that's going to need a transformation. And I think that's just a great example. That can happen, especially over 5. This is a 6th year in this space, and this is one of those spaces that's just always going to be trouble. It's always going to wash. We have a drain hole right here and just the water underneath the ground. It's a very dry garden. All right, let's head up the hill and get started with some fun projects. Right here in the shade garden, before we get started, oh my goodness, it is just coming to life. The hostas are popping up everywhere in my containers. The Brunnera is coming up so thick and beautiful. It's a little bit early for that, but hopefully we don't have another cold front. Let me show you the climbing hydrangea. She is going nuts this year. I don't know if I'll get blooms. It's year 6. I don't know if she's ever gonna bloom, but she's beautiful and she sticks to the wall for the most part. I probably do need to tack her up in a few spaces. And then coming over to the main shade garden, just looking gorgeous. Still some work to do, but that's the fun of gardening. I love the lamium. I'm gonna add more lamium to my garden this year. I think it is one of the best ground covers. I do like ajuga and I like sweet woodruff, but lamium, it just adds such a bright spot. And this year, my lugworts are doing great. Last year they didn't do so well, but they are coming out so beautiful. Let me show you this one over here. Can't help but show off the pretty little sweet buds. Isn't that so sweet? Really beautiful. And everything's just kind of starting to wake up. All right, so let's get to the project for today. All right, so to get started, let me show you the plants that I dug up because I wasn't able to get in close there. I have these carex grasses. These are ones that stay really small. They definitely need to be cut back today, but they weren't even sunk in the ground anymore. So I got those up. I got up a sweet little sedum that I think will do just fine out in the garden. I did take one ajuga because it was in the middle of the garden bed and I didn't think it would work there. 2 grasses and then a couple heucheras and another sedum. So we're going to get these planted back here in the garden, and the sedum, I'm probably going to put it maybe over closer where it gets a little bit more sunshine. So we'll put it somewhere else. But I also got some plants in North Carolina that I want to add to this space as well. Let me show you those. Sorry for the sunshine, but it is just gorgeous this morning. So when I was in North Carolina, I found some fantastic little ground covers, and I found a creeping plant that I want to try back in this space. And some of you may scream when I show it to you, so let's get that scream over with. So I got some creeping fig. Now, I know in a lot of places people do not like this plant. Now, this one looks a little rough, but it is coming out. This creeps naturally, so it will climb a wall. I actually had it when I lived in Texas in our back, and it covered most of our fence. It was beautiful. I know other gardeners, especially out in California and Texas, love this plant. Now, it's supposed to be hardy down to, it's partial sun, cold hardy to -20. I just don't know, but I figured it was worth a chance. I've got a couple plants back in the shade garden that if our winter starts to be like it was this year with unseasonably cold wind and rain and all of that, I can protect. I'll just put some burlap or some frost cloth. I can even cut a pot and secure it around the base of the plant. But I want to give it a shot. You know, it may have been a waste of money. These were $9, but I'm going to try it. So I've got 2 spots already dug. Going to see if it will grow on this fence. So that is an option there. Now these others are really fun and I think are going to just be beautiful. So this is I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It's called green and gold. It is a perennial. Let me make sure you can see that. Green and gold. And it blooms April through June and then September and October. Now it likes well-drained soil, which I have. It grows 4 to 6 inches tall, and it does spread, prefers partial to full shade. I just about squealed when I saw that because it's really hard to find things that actually like full shade. So it's got these sweet yellow blooms. The foliage isn't too dark green. I think it's just going to be beautiful. And I want to plant it not close, but in the area of the redbud tree. I think it will be really, really beautiful. So I just got 2 of them. I'm probably going to wish I had more. And then I got this other one called Cordial Canary. And Cordial Canary, sun part shade or shade. It is extremely forgiving, and it blooms blue, hardy 4 through 9. So it's super hardy, and maybe it's a type of ajuga. It's part of that Feathered Friends kind of ground cover. It's a little softer than a ajuga and has the little sweet blooms. So if you see this Feathered Friend brand in your local garden center, I've grown a lot of these before. They also make the steppables, just great ground covers. And I love that this one is super hardy. And they were $7. So I thought it was a great size, looks like a really healthy plant. So we're just gonna pop that in this area as well. We're gonna really fill it with some beautiful ground cover. And then I did get 2 baby hostas. These are the Appletini hosta. I'm not going to plant these today. They got a little hit by the cold we had a few weeks ago, even though I covered them, but they're coming back out. So these I'll be planting later. Let me show it to you. The leaves are kind of like an Appletini. So they're like a little apple color. You can see I got some damage. I'm going to cut that away today. So these are going to go in a container in a few weeks. All right, so my goal this morning is to get a few of those small things planted, which will be super easy. Then we're going to plant some of the things I just dug up. And then I do want to give the hydrangeas some fertilizer. And I think that's all that needs it back here. I'm going to give the climbing hydrangeas some fertilizer. I do need to give the azaleas some. And I think that's it back here. Just go ahead and jump to it and get started. Okay, so I got the little green and gold ground cover and the fig all planted. The fig in the corners. We'll see how it does. It's a risk, but this ground cover I think is going to do fantastic. Now I put it closer to the front of the bed so that I could tuck some things on around the tree. Now the other ajuga I want to add to this space around the new DeGroot arborvitae that we just planted. This will spread as well, and I didn't think I had anything in that spot at the back and the front of the arborvitae. So I think that is going to be a beautiful, bright addition. I love the contrast of the limey chartreuse green against the dark green of the arborvitae. So now you can see those. This area had been mulched in the fall, so it looks good and things are definitely coming to life. Now there's lots of plants in this garden. I may end up having to move that ground cover, but we'll see what the ajuga does. Now I want to get the remainder of these plants in the new flower bed space. So it's kind of fun to get started planting in this new garden. I'm just going to tuck some of these smaller things around the front of the garden area because I want to add some larger shade garden specimens towards the back. So the ajuga, of course, will crawl around, but I don't want to get it too close to the abelia. So I definitely need to probably move it away just a little bit so that the abelia has room to spread. Same thing with the heuchera, but I do want this space to be filled. When I planted my first shade garden, I planted things a little further apart, and I learned in my garden, it's a dry shade garden. Plants do not grow to full size, and it takes them a long time. So it's all about knowing your space. If you have irrigation or you're in a very wet growing area, your plants will grow much faster. But this is a true dry shade garden. There is no drip. It gets rainwater, or if I give it any extra, which I will have to do this year with these being all new plants. So just going to get this ajuga popped in. Ajuga is such a great ground cover, and I love, again, that lime green. And then the little heuchera, which is kind of an icy blue color. So my goal with this new little space is to really add a lot of different colors and textures. And I want things that are very bright. I want this spot in the garden to beacon you from the front of the garden all the way back. I want you to really see it, and I want it to shine during the depths of summer. So that's my goal, and those are kind of the plants I'm looking for. All right, so we're gonna get this space all finished up. I do have the tiny grass to add, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, it doesn't look like much right now, but it will in no time at all. So these are going to be little petite grasses, so they'll just kind of mound and just give some beautiful color and texture to the garden. The hooker will do the same, the ajuga, and the little green and gold. So I'm excited, got all those in the ground, and then of course the ajuga over here. So now I'm going to fertilize the hydrangeas. I've got a couple in this bed, a couple on the hill, and then after that, I'm gonna go plant these few sedum. So let's get that job done and then we'll wrap up for the day. All right, friends, well, that's going to do it for today. I am so excited I was able to get those plants transplanted and just start bringing this little shade garden nook to life. I'm going to go plant the sedum over in the other part of the garden. Also got this entire space fertilized, and it is really ready to go. I am going to be continuing to develop the new garden space, and I have the large planter that I'm going to need to plant in probably about a month. So lots of fun things happening back here. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in an upcoming video. Bye, everybody.